episode of The Bearded Chef. Today we're going to do jerk chicken. It's very plain, it's very basic, there's not a lot of fuss to it. I make my own seasoning. I'll put that up right there. Oops, let's go over here. I'll put it up right there. The ingredients, I make it ahead of time, I make a lot of it, and it's phenomenal. It's probably the best jerk chicken seasoning. Now, I say that a lot about my seasonings, but I search and I try to find the best ones with the fewest ingredients that are just not good for you. Just keep it simple with spices. Not everybody's going to like it. I understand that. But it's got mild heat. It's not too strong, but it has a lot of flavor and it packs a lot of punch. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get the necessary equipment together. For me, that's a Boston Lager. I like to drink when I cook. I don't get drunk. I just like the little buzz that it kind of gives you. And I don't know, enjoy it. A lot of times I'll have music on or something like that. I really enjoy cooking. I tend to enjoy the whole experience, not just the food. So it's actually the prelude and everything else going up to it. Like I said, the jerk chicken, it's a little spicy. It's not hot. It's just got enough heat to where you really taste the intense of the flavors. So, obviously, I have my Frappuccino bottles that are labeled. As you can see right there. Oops, it's upside down. Jerk, that's for jerk chicken. It's a Frappuccino bottle from Starbucks. I buy them in bulk. I did a video on this a while back. I'll put a link down here and show you how I did it and everything. It's all pre-made. So the next step is going to be putting our oil in a Ziploc bag. Alright guys, we're back. The whole basis for me cooking is I don't mind complicated recipes, but they do get boring after a while because you have to spend 3 hours trying to cook a simple meal. When you can do things really, really basic and really simple. For me, it's going to be just jerk chicken tonight with some potatoes. So I'll take about a quarter cup, give or take. I'd say about a quarter cup is plenty. Yeah, that's about right. Quarter cup. This is just vegetable oil. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. If you want to use fancy oil, go right ahead. You know, some people use the canola, or it's not really fancy, olive oil or peanut oil or anything like that. It really doesn't matter. It's not going to affect the flavor. The spices are really strong enough to take care of it. The second thing we're going to do is, in this oil, is we're going to incorporate 1 tablespoon of my jerk chicken seasoning. Now, you don't have to make your own. I'm going to put the ingredients up top again and show you guys how to make it. But really, it's super easy. It takes 3 minutes. And that's all you do, 1 tablespoon. This stuff goes a long, long way. Lid on that. And all I'm going to do is kind of incorporate that into the oil. Because I want it to be a nice mixture. I don't want pockets of nothing but seasoning sauce and everything else. So let's get that in there. Alright. Guys, that's all there is. You can see right there. That's going to be plenty. 1 quarter cup of oil and 1 tablespoon of jerk chicken. Alright, let's get the chicken ready. Alright guys, we got our chicken ready. This is 3/4 frozen, or halfway thawed really. It's probably closer to half. Making jerk chicken, I like for it to be in strips. And if you leave your chicken almost about halfway frozen, it cuts much easier and smoothly, and you get these nice strips. Now, this is for 2, so it's just my wife and I. So I'm just going to cut the chicken into strips. Make sure we got everything nice and even. Yep. Got my handy Ziploc bag. I'm going to toss them in. We're going to let this marinate for 1 hour. Wash my hands off real quick. There we go. Let this marinate for 1 hour and put this away. Now guys, I have a special cutting board I use only for meats. So that's another thing that when cooking I would probably say is that don't mix your cutting boards. I have 2 of the not the Formica, but the plastic kind. One's for meats, one's for vegetables, and I keep those very separate, very strictly. Alright, so as you can see right here, all I'm going to do is put this in the fridge. That oil will start to absorb into the chicken, and we'll do a nice marinade. Let's get a little bit more down there. There we go. Nice marinade. Now, it may not look like there's a ton on here, guys, but believe me, 1 tablespoon goes a long, long way. Like I say, it has a little bit of heat, and all you want is the flavors. You don't necessarily need a crust. If you want a little crusty, you can always sprinkle some across the top as it's finishing, and that way you'll get that nice crusty texture out of it. But this is all I want right here. All right, back in an hour. So here we go. I'm heating the pan up. Turn the flame on. Guys, I cook with cast iron. I know it's a new channel, so we're going to do a little explaining early on. I only cook with cast iron unless it's like a pot, and then I've just got regular stainless steel for heating stuff up. In the back here is some baked beans with a lot of onion. For me, you know, I just buy regular baked beans and I add to them. I'm kind of semi-homemade in that sense. They're just baked beans. Maybe in the future I'll get a little more into it, but for right now they're just baked beans. Let this pan heat up. I've got some cooking spray here. It's just canola. It's nothing fancy. I did have Pam, I just ran out, so it's all the same. This is my backup. When I go to Costco, I'll pick some more up. Our chicken has been, now for an hour, it's been marinating. It is nice and thoroughly saturated. So we're going to let that sit right there, beside everything. Let me get an important factor here. As I was saying, I do like to have a little beverage. It's not to get crazy. It's just I enjoy cooking and drinking. All right, so at this point, we're heating the oven up. I want to get it. Actually, this pan here actually has ridges in it for like when you were going to sear something and you want those nice lines on it. You know, where you get the nice lines in the chicken or the beef. This one of my favorite cast iron pots. If you overcook it and you burn it, it is a pain to clean. You have to scrub it really hard, but it makes those nice grill marks. Does a great job with that. Heating it up. It's cast iron. Cast iron is one of those pots that it heats up evenly all around, so it doesn't have hot spots like a regular, stainless steel pot would. That's why I like it. It gives a nice even cook. And what I'm doing is I got this on high, and I want it to get this nice and super hot. Then I'm going to hit it with the spray. It's going to smoke a little bit. Then I'm going to hit it with the jerk chicken that's cooking. It's going to put a nice sear on it. It's going to make those nice lines. You know, you're going to have that pretty little restaurant style lines. And then I'm going to turn the heat way back because now I want it to cook. I want it to cook nice and slow and even, so I retain all those juices. But by searing it, I really keep the juices inside so I don't have dry chicken. I don't worry about flavor at this point because I've got my jerk seasoning rub, so I have plenty of flavor everywhere. Plus, just a little bit of oil. Like I said, that 1/4 cup of oil that's on the chicken itself is also going to help with the sear. So like I say, we're just waiting for the pan to heat up a bit here. We're really close. I can start to feel it really starting to come along. I want to get it to a certain point, and then not smoking, but probably close to it. While we're waiting, cheers. And that's a Boston Lager, by the way. Alrighty. Let's hit it with some cooking spray. And in the back here, like I said, I've got the baked beans cooking them on low. If I turn them up just a little bit. There we go. Alright. As you can see, that cooking spray now has coated everything. Let's hit it again one more time. And I want to get that nice and hot. And I'm going to take out the pan here. I'm going to take my jerk chicken, get a pair of tongs. So that way, when it starts to get hot, really right on that point, I can just take it and sear and sear and sear and sear and sear it all the way down. Oldest rule in the book, guys, chicken has got to be cooked thoroughly, through and through. That's why I thaw mine in the sink and water an hour ahead of time, then I marinate it. Unless I'm marinating overnight, then it really doesn't matter to me because it's going to be fine in the morning. But for the most part, just marinate it for an hour, okay? We're probably really, really close at this point. All I'm doing is taking a little bit of the oil, just kind of spraying it on there. And see that nice sizzle? You hear that sizzle? Let's do that again. Hear that sizzle? We're hot. We're cooking. So let's get my first piece of chicken. I'm going to lay it crossways so I get that nice sear. Once again, we're going to lay it crossways and get that nice sear. There's marks. There we go. There we go. Oh man, you guys can smell this already. My goodness. You'll be coming through that picture right now to come get some. My goodness. Well, this is just 2 chicken breasts. All right. Put this aside. Now, all we want is keeping the heat up high now. I've got to do a sear on this side, then I got to flip it, sear on that side, then I'm going to turn it way down because I don't want it to cook hard on the outside and be raw on the inside. So let's give her a few minutes here. The hardest thing is to wait long enough to let the sear go on. But you can tell some of the vapors are coming up. It's really amazing. It smells so good, guys. My goodness. I can't describe it. Okay, we're close. That one's probably just see, I'm a little impatient. Give her a few more seconds here. All right. Oh man, that's so nice. Goodness gracious. It's got a perfect little glaze over top of it from the oil. Now all that's actually going to start to drain off a bit. And these ridges that are in the pan will actually collect the oil down so you don't actually get as much on the chicken itself. A nice one there. Get a nice sear. There we go. Oh yeah. Wow. Just wow. I can't tell you guys how good this smells. Now that one's got a pretty sear on it. So we're going to give her a little while longer here to keep going. Get the heat up again. Over just a touch. You ever been in a restaurant, you know, like maybe like a little bar at the beach or something like that, and you're having your beer or you're having your drink, and you can smell the kitchen, you can smell them, the flavors and the aroma starts to waft towards you, and you're like, man, I don't know what that is, but that smells good. I think I'm going to order that. What are they cooking? That's what this smells like. I mean, it is that good. It is that good. God bless America. Woo! That is nice. I mean, that is really, really nice. We're going to wait on that second sear to start to really get on there. Once again, guys, this is jerk chicken. This is great on sandwiches, like if you have a roll or a sub. Really, you don't need to add anything to it at all. Literally, you can make a sandwich, just bread and the jerk chicken itself. Or you can have this, like I'm going to have it tonight. I'm actually going to make French fries with this and do the baked beans. So I'm going to have it as like a meal, but really it's finger food. You know, that's kind of the best way to serve this, in my opinion. I love sandwiches. I'm a big hamburger kind of a guy, but to me, this is finger food. All right, see, now we're starting to get dark brown. We're going to do one more little turn here. Yes, I got to be careful with that little guy. But sometimes, if you guys have like a little guy here that's cooking too fast, put him on top. He'll still get some heat, but he won't burn while you're waiting for the others. All right, now we're going to turn this down. Whoa, there go the babies. I have dogs. Hey, stop. All right, we're cooking. Once again, all right, I've turned the heat down. So now we're cooking more to cook the center. We're not really cooking to sear the outside. We've got a nice sear going on. Really pretty lines. I don't need those really deep. I know some people like in the steak, like there's burn lines. I don't want that. I don't want those burn lines. I have no interest in that whatsoever. I just want to start with the lines. So I get that nice sear to hold all the juices in. And this is, you notice I keep turning it. This is one of those recipes where it has the ingredients and everything. You need to keep turning it. You can't just walk away from it. You can, but you'll run the risk of burning it. And when jerk chicken gets burned, it totally changes the flavor of everything. I mean, it just literally, it loses so much when it's not cooked correctly. One of the reasons why I love cast iron again, it's an even cook. Doesn't matter where I'm cooking, what side, whatever. It's an even cooking platform. The heat distributes really nicely. Now these are boneless chicken breasts. They're from Costco. They're a big box store. Sam's, Costco, BJ's, no matter where you are, it's all the same. I'm from the East Coast, so Purdue is what I grew up on, Purdue chicken. If you heard of that or not, that's the big one on the East Coast. Now what's in the bag here, guys, is baked beans, and I've added half an onion to it. It's just Bush's baked beans. It's nothing fancy. I just added the onion because I like onion in with my baked beans. Actually, green pepper also, but I'm out of that right now, so there's not a whole lot I can do about it. It's wintertime. It's kind of hard to get some things. When the summer comes around, I'll really start to integrate the garden with the cooking channel. And that way you'll start to see what I harvest is what I cook. It's one of the great ways to cut into your grocery bill. It's amazing. Bradley, stop. Sorry guys, I have dogs. I have 3 dogs. 3 rescues. And they play. Puppy showed up on my doorstep a month ago, 30 days ago. Somebody dropped her off. Well, dropped it off at the wrong house because I took her in. So now I have 3 dogs instead of 2. They're all 3 rescues. One's from Florida, one's from Maryland, and one's from Texas. Every state that I visit, I'm picking up a dog apparently. Much to my wife's chagrin. But she loves them. That's another thing, guys. I'm new to Texas. I am new here. My wife's career has taken us across America so far. I am semi-retired, so I have time to do this for fun, and it is just fun. You know, I hope people would enjoy, learn something from it that I've learned, but you know, it's not a big deal. That's my dogs. This is not going to be professional, guys. This is for fun. This is for enjoyment. All right, now I'm turning the heat way down. Way down. Because now we're starting to get the little brown sear on there. You can really see that or not. I can get you in closer. I think I can. You can tell right there. We're starting to get that nice brown glaze on it. I can get that back to where it was. There we go. Okay. Really at this point, we're just kind of waiting for it to, when I think it's going to be thoroughly cooked. That could take a few more minutes. So what I'll do is I'm going to edit some of this out. This is the dog parts. But we're really getting close to the finished product here. And once again, I can't tell you how great this smells. If you like jerk chicken, you're going to love this. I'm going to put the ingredients to the seasoning up top. And I make my own seasoning, guys. I make my own Cajun, my own jerk, my own blackened. And if you're into cooking at all, you know, if you enjoy it, this is something you should look into in the future because the taste between the two, it's not even close. I didn't even realize. It's like being a gardener and buying a tomato from the grocery store. basically flavorless because they just want it to last long and not worry about how it tastes. It's the same way with the spices. There's so much filler in them that you lose half the spice. That's why when I did this with jerk chicken, I could get away with 1 tablespoon because it is potent. It's not doesn't have all those fillers and everything in it. It's not important to me. I'm going to use it within 60 days. There's no expiration date that's going to fall within 60 days where I won't get to it. It's just it's. I cannot encourage you enough to cook with spices that are fresh and homemade. And for me, the hardest thing to do that was to find containers to put them in. Well, like I said, I've said it a couple of times now. I think I even did a little video on it, to where I'm using spice jars left over from my cappuccino from Starbucks, the bottles. You know, I'm recycling. Not really a huge guy on that, but you know what? It's working out to my favor, so I'll do it. I'm all about easy and simple and making things work. No stress, no drama. That's why this is fun. All right. Right now we're cooking low. Got that nice, you guys can't smell this, but this is amazingly, just one of those things that, shoo, I could eat it right now. I really could. I could tear it up like right now and just dog it. Oh, one of those things. Now what I'll cook with this is, to me this is finger food. So like I said, tonight I'm cooking French fries with baked beans. It's not fancy. This channel is not going to be a fruit channel. People that are looking for some kind of exotic food, you're not going to find it here. This is me cooking basically just nice, simple, good tasting food. Alright, be right back, guys. Alright, guys, it's been about another 10 minutes. At this point, I'm really pushing it to be overcooked, so I don't want to go any farther. These are just, like I say, these are strips. So what we're going to do is we're going to plate them up. Go ahead and take them off. I turn the heat off. All right. Be right back.